Well, look at us go. Good afternoon. I'm going to try and prop you up here and get you guys settled in a somewhat consistent manner. Still getting used to the whole going live thing. I'm really only doing this because well, I keep having storage problems on my phone, and I keep running out of memory, and nothing wants to work. So this also gives opportunity for perhaps someone might want to jump on here and add to the conversation. Oh, that's too steep. How's that? Straighten out my badge here. How are we doing? Americano, Ethiopian Erica Chef. Could have gone just a touch lighter on the water. I would have liked that a little stronger. So I'm just sitting out on what I've dubbed the Hyde Park Pipe Pavilion. And I'm about to have one of these blends that old Mel Harris gave me. Today I have chosen Tilbury. Oh, it just smokes or smells real nice. I'm breaking my habit of having my first pipe on Tuesday in a cob, but with this being an English blend, that's what I really like first thing in the day with my morning coffee when I have time to smoke. And pretty much all the cobs that I smoke, Englishes with, they need a day off. Probably could use some cleaning. And I've been looking at this pipe up on my shelf for the past couple of nights and realized, when's the last time that I smoked it? I honestly cannot recall. That would be my Rossi 320 author shape from the Rubino line. I think I'd slow down on smoking it because I'm not real big on clenching. Larger pipes. No, I'm a mix of clenching and holding in my hand. And the author shape's just like kind of awkward to hold on to for a while, at least for my hand. And so I haven't smoked it much. Let's test our draw here. We're good. I once said that I like to put, oh hey, we got someone joining us. How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. I'm just sitting out front, having a coffee, about to have my first smoke, and just going to ramble a little bit about my week. So I talked about how sometimes I like to use like half of a filter, like half of a 6mm filter in a 9mm chambered pipe. But I don't really with my Italian pipes very often because they seem to be drilled a bit tighter. That's what I've found. My Molina seems to have a bit tighter of a draw. The Rossi here seems to have a bit tighter of a draw. Oh, we've caught another. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. Aces, hello, just checking in to say hi. I'm outside and cannot hear well. Sorry, man, and I'm probably not speaking too clearly either. I kind of got the gravelly throat grumble when I first wake up, so I'm really not enunciating too well. I'm just firing up a bowl of Tilbury, gifted to me by Mel Harris, the Garbage Man Piper. Miss Piper, hi. Hello to yourself. Thank you for joining. The tamper is also gifted by Mr. Mel Harris, El Paso Disposal, right there. And I think you can read that. A little tea tamper. It's a nice smoke. Last night when I got home, I really was kind of in a state of disbelief that I didn't have to go to work today, because that's just the kind of week that I've had. I worked a 6-day stretch with about 4 of those days. Dance Dad Piper, thanks for joining, man. Just listening in the car while running errands over lunch. Cool, man. That's usually kind of how I watch your videos, is when I'm getting up, getting my morning coffee, getting ready for work. You're usually in your car driving along, puffing on a cob. It's just kind of fun to listen to while I'm making coffee. Yeah, so about 4 of those 6 days of work, pretty much every day was 12, 13, close to 14 hours. Day 5 was only 10. Day 6 last night, I worked my 9 and I got the hell out of there. So when I got home, poured myself a glass of wine, had something to eat. I was almost like ecstatic, almost like a holiday was coming. You know, when you were a kid, you got all excited because your birthday was tomorrow or something. That's kind of how I felt. You mean I don't have to set an alarm? You mean I don't have to do anything tomorrow? What? I was kind of in shock. Oh. And, so when the time came, I laid myself down, took a little muscle relaxer to help me get sleep, stay asleep, and loosen up a bit. I woke up out of an absolute dead sleep, like I was out. We have a maintenance crew that comes around and tidies up around the building, and it's been real mellow out, 70s. So all my windows were open, and they come rattling down that back alley with one of those big utility carts with the big clacky wheels. Woke me right up. There was no going back to sleep after that. So back to this. Oh, we got a couple more on. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Just sitting, sipping, smoking, and chatting. Another reason I had kind of stopped smoking this was I was trying to lose any emotional attachment I might have to it. Because a friend of mine sent me a link to some Savinellis that he really liked. But he's really new to pipes. I just gave him his first pipe when he visited me here last March. I sent him home with a cob. We all still there? Sorry, I had a phone come in, and I don't know who it was. So my friend that's new to the pipes, he had mentioned something about some Savinellis that he really liked. And I'm like, that's a big step up from going from a cob to a Savinelli. He tagged me in this picture of some Oceanos. There's some really beautiful pipes. They are really nice, but I thought, maybe for Christmas I'd clean this up and send this to him. So this would kind of give him an idea of it. And then yesterday, just for the hell of it, I sent him a text. We started chatting a little bit. I'm like, so what kind of shapes are you into, Do you know what you're into yet? Sends me a picture of a Savinelli Oceano. And he said, that was my mouth water. So he's got his heart set on it. And I think I might get him one for Christmas. He's a pretty good friend. He actually gave me his father used to work for the Gibson Company, guitar manufacturing company, out of Nashville, Tennessee. And when you retire with any sort of tenure from Gibson, they give you a guitar. And, he gave the guitar to his son, my friend, and long story short, my friend gave the guitar to me. And so that's kind of a treasured possession. So he's just one of those dudes where if we can help the other out with something, we will. So even if that would be a big step up, I think I'll get him that Oceano for Christmas. Up to 5 on the live. Welcome. Not really doing squat, just sitting and talking. Smoking some Tilbury, sent to me by Mel Harris, Garbage Man Piper. Sipping some coffee. Burnt my tongue just a little bit from the coffee. Just a switch too hot. Peace Piper, I like the stem. Are you referring to the Oceano? They are really beautiful pipes. It's a little colorful for me. I'm a little conservative for stuff like that. That's what drew me to the Rubino line. And I actually think I'm going to get a 673. Kind of a cheaper version of the one that matches. The one that matches made popular. But I like this. It's very just simple, nice dark wood, a simple stem, little nickel band. Bearded Welshman, driving my truck and listening. Well, thanks for joining. Is Tilbury, you ask? I'm kind of trying to wrap my head around it. He really only sent enough for... I can get one nice big bowl out of it, and I might be able to fill a smaller bowl and then give you a better idea of it. It's, I didn't read much about it. I wanted to go in kind of with a blind eye and see what I thought of it. I didn't want to give myself any preconceived notions. Um, I'd say it's very balanced English. I'd say it relies more on Virginia. Not too lat heavy. There's not anything in there to like sweeten it. I don't think there's any sort of Cavendish added. I'm wondering if there's a touch of Perique in here. I could be wrong. But it is good. I don't have any complaints with it. It's very mild, very balanced. It's burning nicely. Good way to start the day, a bowl of Tilbury. Here's one for you. So from Mel, I heard that the hippo and Zippo joke. What's the difference between a hippo and a Zippo? The hippo weighs a ton. The Zippo is just a little lighter. And another fun dad joke I just thought of, because that was on my mind when I was randomly. It was yesterday when I was at work and I was putting this truck away that I just received, drinking some coffee, and I remember this one, a friend told me, he said, why did the hipster burn his tongue on his coffee? Because he started drinking it before it was cool. Ha ha. Man. I was really looking forward to this last night, and I'm not disappointed. I think this just might be all I do today, because frankly, fellas, I am beat. I had multiple catering events in one day last week. I'm still down to one oven, and then even that one is starting to give me problems. Same staff issues, having trouble hiring people, and having trouble having people want to come to work. Frustrating stuff, just exhausting. You know, as soon as I think I have all my ducks in a row, one of those little shits wanders off. Something happens. It's always something. So, oh, I remember why I brought my tablet out here with me. I still have to finish my schedule. So that's about all the work I feel like doing for a couple of days. At least I can do that at home. It's not one of those things of where, oh, well, I didn't get it done today. I'm going to have to come in on my day off and get it done. I can just sit at home, do it on the tablet, smoke what I like, drink what I like. But other than that, I just don't think I have energy for anything else. When I got home last night, I tried to do some straightening up, do a sink of dishes, My back and my hips were just like, ha, nope, you need to go sit down. And down I stayed. Still got some reviews I'd like to do for you, but you know, like I've said several times before, is I keep having all these storage issues on my phone. It's where I'll delete everything and I'll uninstall apps and it'll still say I don't have any storage. I'll do the clear cache data and stuff like that. And it'll still say it doesn't have any storage. To the point where I do a factory reset, you know, wipe the slate clean, and then there are just these garbage apps that they put on your phone that you can't uninstall because they want you to use them because you bought their product. They back these other apps, and it's stupid. So I might shoot them on my tablet, but the camera sucks. Oh, what a nice day. It's very mild out here today. Would you like to have a look? Bring you up slowly. I don't want to get you sick. Just a real nice bright day out here today. Low 80s. Right on back down there. There you go. Low 80s, gentle breeze, sun is out, some sparse clouds, just a very fine fall day. It always seems to be that we have this weather when I feel like crap, when I'm just really exhausted and don't want to go anywhere. Then when I've had a day of rest, the rain comes. Or you get a weird hot day out of nowhere to where it's too hot that I don't want to leave. But I should embrace it, because winter's just right around the corner. It just hit October, man, but I forgot what winters were like up here when I lived down south. I lived in Tennessee for about 3 or 4 years, and out of all those winters, I only remember getting more than 1 inch of snow once. Most of the town was practically shut down. I was out in the parking lot in my truck doing donuts. Up here, man, I don't miss driving and shit, that's for sure. Some of y'all that live farther north, Michigan, Minnesota, or out west closer to the ocean, or I'm sorry, out east closer to the ocean, New York, Rhode Island, stuff like that. Nah, man. I wouldn't mind visiting, but I wouldn't want to stay for the winter there, that's for sure. Chicago winters are rough enough. But I've still got some tobaccos I'd like to review. Got a pipe I'd like to review for you guys still. It was a very light color when I bought it. It's quite a bit darker now. But at least I'll just have more to talk about it then. I've recently gotten on the YTPC chess train. I haven't played with any of the members yet because I don't want to get murdered. Though Yardism did say he'd help teach me, he'd help brush up my game. I'll have to get out to him on that sometime. Because going back to winter, you know, we get stuck inside a lot. My wow truck. My girlfriend just got a chess set. And she's like, well, you know, we can stay at home and, you know, play chess over the winter when it's cold. I'm like, yeah, sure, I like the idea of that. She's like, I don't know how to play, though. I'm like, oh, I don't think I've played since 6th grade. So, I have recently gotten a chess app, and I've started playing a little bit, trying to brush up. I remember most of the motions. It's mostly remembering how many spaces some of them can travel, like the bishop and the queen and the king. I don't remember using them much. So that game, since the rules are already kind of fixed in there, you can't really make a bad move. Well, you can make a bad move, but you can't make an illegal move. I'm doing okay on the beginner level. I haven't lost yet. So, that means when the difficulty goes up, it's going to get harder, and I'm not going to like it. She's trying to do the same thing. She got a chess app on her phone, but she's very badly, and she keeps losing in the training modules on the easy stuff. So funny thing about that is I'm very competitive in the sense of, like, I only play to win, and I'm a bit of a sore loser, but I also kind of feel bad if I just absolutely murder somebody at anything. Darts goes that way. I actually like to play darts. I'm a big fan of cricket, but she's not accurate enough, so we play like 301 or 501, something like that. And, you know, I'll have my score down to something very particular, like 17 or something, so I'll be throwing for that 17, and I'll be several beers in, so my aim might be going down a little bit, and then just out of her blind throwing luck, she'll end up racking it down and closing the gap real quick. It always frustrates me when I lose to somebody that just like blindly throws their darts. They just kind of they're just kind of like haymaker it, like they're throwing a baseball. I used to be a pretty good dart player, but I've had like some shoulder neck issues where like I can throw a few games and then I'm done, but I have a hard time stopping when I should. When the good times are rolling, I like to keep them going. I kind of regret ever wanting to let this thing go. I'm falling for it all over again. Guess it stuck with me. I see we're back up to 3. We gained someone new. Are you coming back or are you just joining us? Nope. They gone. I thank y'all for joining me. I'm going to keep going until I burn this through, and if I weren't talking, I'd probably almost be done. But, we still got a bit to go in this ball. If y'all have nothing better to do, that is. Oh, what else? I've been getting myself back into reading. Because, it's like, I'm one of those people where I can read about 6 books at a time, and then when I pick it back up, I still remember everything. Unless I let it go for too long. If I haven't read it in like a year, I'll probably forget. But I'm pretty good at keeping my place in a story. And to me, reading a book is kind of like a movie, you know? It's like, what am I in the mood for? So I have fiction, I have nonfiction, I have autobiographies. I have a couple of books about business and networking. And so when I'm, feeling good, like getting ready for work or something, trying to reform a plan to smooth things out, I'll read those for a while. And then towards the end of the week, I'm just kind of fried and I don't want anything to do with it. And I kind of want to get into something else. And that's usually when I'll read fiction, It's kind of a nice way to get away of sorts. I have a message. Who is it? Quarter bent squat bulldogs are cool too. If I do say so myself. That's my friend Chuck, who I was thinking about sending this to. So it seemed he and I have very similar taste in pipes. I used to really like billiards, but then I started digging the bent apples and bent bulldogs. I'm on a big bent bulldog kick right now. So to get back to reading, I've actually got you propped up on the book I've been reading. So you're gonna drop in elevation a bit. Sorry. We're real high tech around here. I've been reading a collection of short stories by Herman Melville, Billy Budd Sailor, and Selected Tales. So far I've completed Bartleby the Scrivener, which was just kind of a bummer. And then Cock-a-Doodle-Doo, or The Crowing of the Noble Cock Beneventano. That was also a bummer. The funny thing about when you read what's called a classic, a really old story, or something that's been a fixture of literature for a while, is you don't realize how dated these things are and how their terminology and vocabulary is so different. or what they consider funny. Low flying Southwest jet. I'm leaving on a jet plane. The one about the cock-a-doodle-doo, the one about this big old glorious Shanghai rooster is the guy uses the word cock about 1 billion times, right? Makes sense. It's a story about a rooster, right? But gets a bit excessive with it. So I look the story up, and the story was written in like 1853, and you know, he did it as a joke. Like that's how they told their dick jokes. They hid it in literature, you know. Because when you think back, that they had very different medias, it was pretty much all spoken and written. It was all literature, you know. They didn't have TV, they didn't have radio. They got their influences and storytelling and news from printed things. And so I could only imagine how maybe a group of people would be sitting in a parlor or something, and one would be reading, and they'd have to sit there and they'd say the word cock about 1 million times. And it was all done tongue-in-cheek. It's funny how humor has evolved since then. But kind of as a bit of discipline, I'm trying to make myself read this book front to back. And I believe Billy Budd is the last story in it. Yes, it is. So I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 more stories to go before I get to Billy Budd. Next up is The Fiddler. I had my heart set on getting a copy of Moby Dick, but Billy Budd looked interesting too. And it turns out there's a popular blend named after that story, by one of my favorite blenders, Cornell and Deal. Well, we're getting down towards the bottom of this bowl, so I don't think I'll be ranting much longer. So I think I'll be doing my schedule here shortly, and then figuring out what I'm going to do to fill up the rest of the day. I think I will be going to see the lady tonight, even if just for the night, because she does have to work tomorrow. But it would be nice to see her for a bit. She has a very hectic work schedule now that she's started her new job. She's the store manager of a retail clothing store. They specialize in plus women's clothes. It's a really good job for her. Finally got her in the food service industry. She was good at it. She was a great bartender, but she wasn't making no money. But it's kind of fun how we can commiserate on the challenges of being a manager and all of the things that come with it. And she's just talking about the challenges she's having and how she's trying to hire people and having 1 billion interviews in one day, and I just kind of laugh a little. I'm like, I know. That's why, I've been so stressed over the last few months, is that's been my world. So, buckle up, kid, it's gonna get bumpy. Now, we're down to the dregs of this. I'm gonna let it cool a bit, maybe relight, see if there's anything left. And I'm gonna do my schedule, maybe go grab some lunch, maybe do some reading. I really don't know. I have a bill I should probably pay. That's about the only adult thing I have to do. Otherwise, I might just relax for the day. I could really use it. So, thanks to y'all for tuning in. Thanks for watching and listening to my ramble. I might be back on later. I don't know. But, that's all I've got for you for now. So, I'll catch you guys later. Deuces.